What up, my nostalgies, and welcome to anybody that is new to my channel. Today is more of a serious sit down chit chat video. So in my last vlog, if this goes up right after, at the end I was talking about if I should make a video about how I've learned to overcome my depression and my anxiety or any mental illness issues. Like I've said before, mental illness is something that's looked over a lot in the Black community, not only with people on the outside, but also could be family members of your home that just may not understand what you're going through or think you're lying or making things up. And I'm basically here to let you guys know, like my subscribers or any new faces or new people watching my channel, to let you guys know that you're not alone. So in the past, I've done videos talking about my mental illness, and I feel like those videos were all over the place simply because I was still going through those things. And as much as I was trying to overcome my issues, I was trying to give advice as well, and it wasn't directed. Now in my life, I do deal with these things still, but not every day. So a lot of this has come by being triggered by like certain things or people or situations that I've been through in my past that have brought me back to like dark points in my life. So this video is going to be super organized. I have my notes in my phone, and I'm going to basically give you guys the rundown of like how did I know I was dealing with these things, how I felt, my triggers, and how I've overcome all of those things. So I may not have like 100%, overcome these things, because I do believe mental illness, like if you have it, I don't think it could be like gone from your life at all. And like there are a lot of people that deal with anxiety and deal with depression, but it's not a staple of their life. For me, it's different because I was actually diagnosed. So I can actually say that these things have worked for me, or I've actually been through the road of depression and the road of anxiety and all of that stuff. So I'm just going to get right into this video, and I'm basically going to be answering some of my own questions and giving my responses. So yeah, the first question that I asked myself is, when did I know I was experiencing signs of depression and anxiety? So for me, I 100% knew that something was wrong in 2014. And in 2014, I was in my second year of university. And I also do feel like it started early 2014. So while I was home and like going into school, when did the signs start? So I can say now, knowing what I have, that the signs started for me in 2012. So 2012, I was in grade 11 and basically preparing to graduate from high school, so applying for schools, all that stuff, getting ready to roll into my senior year of high school. And like I noticed I was becoming very antisocial and triggered by people around me. And during that time, it was hard for me too, because my best friend, aka my cousin, we grew up together from diapers. She was moving out of the country, and like that, like I even still like have a hard time with her not being here, because we don't talk every day, right? And like she is my best friend, so that she is my best friend, but like that was like a big thing for me, and I just didn't take it seriously. Like I was kind of brushing a lot of things off, and it was kind of like the things I was feeling, I was just like, nah, it's fine, it's just because of this. Nah, it's fine, it's just because of that. Like I didn't know. Like honestly, I wasn't. Growing up, we weren't educated. I don't know about you, but me personally, we weren't educated about like mental illnesses. So I didn't know what was wrong. I just thought like I was feeling some things that I couldn't control, right? Another thing that, like besides antisocial behavior, is when I would take my exams and my tests, like I wouldn't do like so well. Or when we'd have to be like, the entire high school would have to be in the gymnasium taking exams, my legs would be shaking, I'm tapping my feet, I'm biting my nails, staring into space, my heart is racing. I didn't know that those were symptoms of anxiety. Even preparing for a test was very hard for me. I couldn't focus. My mind was all over the place. I just in my mind, I'm just like, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail. And like repeating those things triggered my anxiety, and I didn't even know. So that followed me to university. First and second year university, I could have been because I was slacking off, but like I accepted failure. Like I didn't want to study for my exams. During the exam session, I'm falling asleep. Or when I'm up and I'm trying to comprehend questions, I'm sweating, can't keep still. Again, with the chest, like my chest would tighten, and then I'd have like an anxiety attack. I'd have to like pretend like I'm going to the washroom and like kind of calm myself down. So these are things that have followed me like through, you know, like my childhood to my adulthood, going to school, and like that was another sign that something was wrong. The symptoms that I felt while experiencing depression, anxiety, and having panic attacks were having insomnia. Even now, I still suffer, and that's why I have a diffuser. Or is it? I have a diffuser, and I fill that with like lavender oil at night to kind of calm me down to sleep, because I'll be really tired, but like I will stay up until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So my insomnia started my last 2 years of school, mainly my last year of school, and I would like lay in bed and nap for hours in the day. And then when it came down to sleeping at like nighttime, even if I don't nap in the day, like I'll go the whole day, maybe working 12 hours a day, because I had 3 jobs, working 12 hours a day. I lay in my bed from maybe 8 or 9 p.m., no kidding, from 8 or 9 p.m. until about 5:30 a.m. And I'm falling asleep at 5:30 when I have to be up for work or class at 6. And insomnia is no joke. It is uncomfortable. It got me upset. It messed with my mood. And it just caused a lot of discomfort for me through my day. Like me being able to get through my day, and me being able to act normal, or what I thought was normal for me. Because even at this point in my life, I didn't know who I was. I was still trying to find myself, because I thought that being myself was weird, or I wouldn't attract the people in my life that I wanted to. Like, it was just a lot of things going on. So insomnia messed with my mood 100%. And disclaimer, like I wasn't on medication for anything. I'm still not on medication. I refuse to fill the prescription for antidepressants. And that was just my personal choice, because I knew how I was already feeling, and I didn't feel like suppressing those feelings would fix the issue. So I didn't feel anything for antidepressants, not until now, like nothing. So anything I needed for sleep was natural. I would try and find natural remedies, teas, maybe try melatonin, like little things like that. But like I never filled any prescriptions that the doctors gave me when I was diagnosed. Aside from insomnia, overeating and binge eating. So that started second year. First year, I didn't gain the freshman 15, but I gained about 5 to 10 pounds. And second year, girl, I came back looking like a marshmallow second year. I think between finishing first year university to completing second year university, I racked up 235 pounds. And I was eating McDonald's, I was eating Wendy's, I was eating Subway, I was eating poutine, I was eating any fast food you could think of under the sun. Pizza. Sometimes I'd box like a small pizza to myself, a medium pizza to myself. And it's not because I wasn't full. I was full, but my brain and my body and my stomach wasn't making that connection. So in my mind, it's like eat. But my body's like, you're full. So I would overeat. And that's what caused me to binge eat. I would eat my feelings. I would be bored and eat. If I'm watching something, I feel like I have to eat. And I was an emotional person either. I never cried, ever. Growing up, I was always a tough one. I never cried. Unless I got hurt, like nobody had ever seen me cry. So I would just eat my emotions, eat my feelings, chips, cookies, crackers, juice, just eating unhealthy, pastas, breads, burgers, like anything you could ever think of, that's what I was eating. And it's not because I wanted to, but mentally my body wasn't making that connection, and I just couldn't stop. And I didn't, in my mind, like I couldn't see it. I couldn't see that I was gaining weight until I stepped on the scale. Like I was almost delusional, right? Yeah, so that was a big sign for me. Another sign was antisocial behavior. So my antisocial behavior started in second year, and I noticed it when I started skipping classes and I would lock myself in my room for hours, maybe for the entire day, like Siobhan and my other roommate Deidre, and they would have to come and like check on me, see if I'm okay, or chill with me in my room, or we watch movies, because like I started to get antisocial, and they didn't know, I didn't know, but I was suffering from something and I couldn't figure it out. I would just lock myself away. I'd only come out to shower, only come out to eat, and I'd go back in my room and I would lay in bed with the lights off and just think things. Like I literally felt like something was just on me, weighing me down. That's how I felt every single day for almost 4 years. Random moments of anger at my friends and family. So like there's sometimes like Siobhan knows me inside out because we've lived together, I'm gonna say 4 years. First year she was always in my dorm room. But like I'd have times where I'd spaz on her or like give attitude, and then I'd have to go back and apologize. I'd be like, honestly, like I'm sorry, but like I'm really feeling a way that I can't control right now, and it's not you, but like there's just something in me that's making me behave this way. And that's how I would like shut a lot of people out of my life, kind of thing. It's just like, it was just difficult because you can't control your feelings. Your feelings are there and you can't control them. It's just like, no matter how much you don't want to be angry, that anger just takes over your body, and it's kind of just like you can't shake the feeling. That was me. Like I would get so mad, I want to fight somebody, and people would just be like, calm down, and I'm like, no, like I can't shake this feeling. Like it just won't go away. I just want to be mad. I want to be mad at everybody. I want to fight everybody. That was literally like me when I would go through those phases of being very upset and angry, right? I'd have panic attacks and anxiety attacks. I would insecure about my body. So after gaining all that weight and realizing and making the connection, wasn't until I started counseling, I started to feel so insecure. Didn't want to wear certain things, didn't want to go out. If I couldn't fix my hair a certain way, I wouldn't go out. If I couldn't, and my stomach was showing through my what I was wearing, I wouldn't go out. I'd buy waist trainers, I'd bought weight loss pills. Like when I tell you, like it's been that for me, like I'd research everything. Apple cider vinegar, lemon water, like, and like it's a learning experience. And like this happened when I was very young, and you know, I didn't really have the support. I was still like 18, 19 years old. So still very young, you know, and like trying to figure out life and adulthood since you're an adult when you're 19. You know, like society puts that pressure on you that you're an adult when you're 19 and you should behave this way and you should act a certain way, and you know, like it takes time. You don't automatically just become an adult when you're 19 or when you're 21 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes time. On top of that, I lost close friends, lost connections with people back home because I was like just trying to figure myself out. I never texted anybody, never called, never messaged, never reached out, nothing. And it wasn't intentional. It was just because I couldn't get myself to want to socialize with anybody, you know? Only the people that knew me and knew like something was wrong would hit me up and just be like, yo, like I haven't heard from you in months. Like, are you okay? I just didn't want to tell nobody my business, and I was still trying to figure out what was wrong with me. So how could I like figure myself out and then tell other people what was wrong or what was going on, you know? Another thing that for my 24 years, I'm not even gonna say 24, I'm gonna say once I started kindergarten to being an adult, my parents are not emotional people. My mom and my dad are one of the strongest people that I know, and I wasn't raised to be soft. My parents didn't raise me to be soft. Even my dad, my first day of school, he was just like, I remember this. He's like, if somebody punches you, you punch them back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't taught to be soft. My mom never cried around me. I've never seen my dad cry. Like, that's just something that has always been instilled in me, to just never cry. You gotta be strong and you gotta hold your own. And I was trying to figure out those feelings. I was almost embarrassed to feel that way, even when it came to like meeting new people or meeting guys and stuff. Like, I didn't want to catch feelings. If I started to catch feelings, I wouldn't even say bye. I would legit delete and block your number, and you will never hear from me again. Like, I never. That was just me, and that's very unhealthy. And then after this is when I was just like, no. I sat down with Siobhan. I'm like, yo, something is wrong with me. Something is really wrong with me, and I need to figure it out, because if I don't, I've never gotten to the point of being suicidal, but I'm like, if I don't deal with this, something bad is going to happen. I took advantage of my resources on my university campus, and I called the Paul Menton Center, which is registered with the medical center at my school, and I asked them, I'm like, I'm like, something is wrong with me, and I think it's mental related. They asked me my symptoms and how I'm feeling, and like, over the phone, he was like, you need to come in, you need to see somebody, like, you may have severe depression. And I'm just like, wait, what? So I went in, I met with one of the psychologists on campus, and we had a meeting. So I put that aside, I took the diagnosis, and they connected me to Fit Action. It's a counseling system that runs through the library, and you do a whole bunch of tests online. You meet with the psychologist, same one that I met with at the Paul Menton Center. You meet with the psychologist, and they connect you with a counselor. I went through that, and I'm like, I prayed about it, and I'm like, this has to be the best thing for me right now. So I got linked with a counselor. She was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I went through some hard times, and I never cried in front of her. She's just like, I can see your eyes watering. I'm like, I know, but I can't cry. Like, it was like that. And we had that like very like jokey relationship. So I'd walk in, and she'd be like, so what's up? And I'm just like, like nothing much, and like give her the little Toronto slang, and she started laughing. Like, we crack jokes, and like that's where I felt comfortable. That's where I felt myself. And that was the first time in my entire life that I opened up to somebody about everything. In my opinion, that was the best thing that ever happened to me, because through counseling, I was able to get academic accommodation, which allowed me to take my exams in private by myself, and it also helped with my grades. So, those Fs that I had to I had to retake classes because I had a few Fs. Those Fs turned into Bs, and then my Bs turned into As, and through there I found out that I wanted to change my major. And changing my major was probably the best thing that I could have done, because it strengthened the end of my university career. And I may not have graduated with honors or any fancy certificates, but for me, that was the biggest accomplishment in my life, because I dealt with one of the hardest things that I've had to deal with by myself, and I graduated from school. I worked so hard. I just felt like top notch, I felt like that bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt, and like it paid off. And as much as like it was hard to accept and embarrassing at the time, like, am I really going through this? Like, why me? Like, why do I have to be the one dealing with this? Like, I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, I wouldn't have changed what I've been through for anything. I'm so appreciative of Siobhan. Oh my Lord. She put up with a lot with me and my emotions. But I'm telling you, like, if she wasn't there, I would have caved a lot of times. I'm not gonna cry. If she wasn't there for me through all of that, I would have caved a lot of times. And I'm just thankful for the people that were around me dealing with all those things. And yeah, I'm gonna stop with my story there before I cry more, because as you guys can see, I cry now. But I'm gonna tell you guys what helped me. What helped me was counseling. So my counselor through school. You can also explore resources within your city. Meditating. I've researched on different types of meditation. I've bought books. I've listened to meditation I want to say podcasts on YouTube, where I've kind of like closed my eyes and just listened to the peaceful music and the person talking to me, telling me, imagine yourself in a peaceful place and the rain falling, and think of somebody who's impacted you. Like, those things. I've listened to like those like meditation sessions on YouTube, and that helped me tremendously. My counselor actually recommended that to me, and listening to different types of relaxing music. Journaling helped with my depression and also my insomnia. So a recommendation from my counselor was just like, okay, when you're awake at night and you can't sleep, even if it doesn't make sense to you, write down everything that you're thinking about. And slowly but surely, I was able to start falling asleep at night. The next thing that helped me was solo travel and solo dates. A lot of people thought I was weird for this, but 2017, when I graduated from school, was when I started solo traveling. And it was hard. My parents had a hard time accepting, well, my mom had a hard time accepting me going places by myself. But I was just like, I gotta think about me. And you know, people can get upset in the moment, but eventually they'll get over it. And that's what I tell a lot of people. You know, it's rough right now, but in the future, they'll be fine. Wipe your tears. Like, you'll be fine. My first solo trip was September 2017, going to New York when I met Famous for the first time. And since then, I've been doing solo travel. And solo dates, I did that right when I moved back from school, when Famous and I were just friends. I would go to the movies by myself, and I'd be like, yo, like, I'm going to the movies, I'm going to watch this. I would get my popcorn, and I would just go to the movies, or my nachos, 2 o'clock movie, go to the movies, go down to the lake. I'd sit there, read a book by myself, sit in my car, eat nuggets of fries, feed the birds, go downtown. Like, I would do everything by myself. And that gave me a chance to find myself and find who I am. And that helped me find out who I was, because I was comfortable in my own skin. I began to explore things that I never thought I would, and figure out the things I liked from what I didn't like, and just spend time with myself and be like, you know what, Danielle, this is good. Put yourself in a positive state of mind. And it was very encouraging for me and very satisfying for me to be alone and enjoy my own company, you know? Another thing was just finding that one person to listen to, that will listen to you. So of course, like, I have friends and like really close friends that I confide in and stuff, but having Famous was a different thing for me, because as I said, when we met, we were just friends, like, for a bit, and I was just like, yo, like, this is what I'm feeling, and I'm like, bleh. Like, I just told him everything. My camera just stopped recording on me, but I was basically saying, like, telling Famous everything was like refreshing for me, because he listened and he didn't make me feel like crap about anything. Working out definitely helped me. I was 235, and that was my weight from binge eating and all that stuff. Now I'm 168. So it took me a while to get here, because when I was 235, I was in my second year. Third year, I got down to like 215, 220. Fourth year, I was stuck between like 210 and 215. So it wasn't until, like, when Famous and I met, I was 215 pounds. Let's just say that. I was 215 pounds. And over the past almost 2.5 years, this month, I'm 168.8. So I've lost 46.2 pounds. That sounds more right. And it's taken me a while to get here. I've had personal trainers. I've worked out in the gym by myself. Tried clean eating, and like, I would lose it and then I would gain it back. So it took me a while to get there, but I'm here. I found something that worked for me, and combining all those things with fitness definitely helped me to get back to a healthier me. The last thing that helped me was loving things about myself that I could not change. I loved my stretch marks and my curves and my weirdness and my quirkiness and my sometimes comedic self. I'd like to think that I'm funny, but I've learned to love myself. So yeah, this is pretty much it for this video. I tried to be as thorough and as in detailed as possible. I really hope this helps somebody, and I hope you guys really take this seriously. As I said, this is not like a regular vlog or sit down video. This is a serious video, and if you don't have anything positive to say, just don't leave your comments below. You can just exit the video. That's pretty much the end of this video. I hope it was informative. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new, welcome to the family. I promise you will not be disappointed, and my channel will not always be this serious. But this is something that I had to get out there. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!